everyone, if you have a pre-K child and you're trying to figure out if French immersion is the right choice to make, then this video is for you. And this is actually a topic that I've had the chance to chat over with a few different teachers, and I figured we could start off by talking about the first question that typically comes into most parents' minds, and that is this even a good fit for my kid? Are they going to enjoy it? Is it going to be frustrating? All those kind of things. And if you're wondering, is there a profile for kids who succeed in French immersion? The answer to that question is yes, there is a profile. And a lot of teachers did mention that kids who learn to speak early, who are expressive, who like learning new things, those types of characteristics typically lend themselves to be useful in the French immersion program. But they also begged me to pass along to you, the teachers that I taught with, that it's okay if they're not like that. And if they're shy, if they're slower to speak, oh, there is my cat, then that's okay too. It's all right if they don't fit that profile, because lots of kids who don't still end up doing well, just because they're not outspoken in class and things like that. It doesn't mean that they won't do well in French immersion. They may be understanding everything that the teacher is saying. They're just too shy to speak for the first little bit, and that's okay. That'll all come out in the wash as they get a little more confident. I love how one teacher responded when we talked about, who should do French immersion, and she said, French immersion is for all children. And I just love that. I thought that was just a great all-encompassing statement about how we all feel about French immersion as teachers. And it's something that we want to pass on to parents too, that it really is a program meant for all kids, regardless of their background, regardless of if they have a learning disability or not. The schools should have the support in place to help any child do French immersion. Now, I'm going to give my 2 cents here on this one, and that is that if you suspect your child will need support, check with the administration of the school first, because it's important to know what resources are available to you. And if the answer in French immersion is none, you need to know that before you enroll your child. So I do caution to check that out first, because sometimes the support is there, sometimes it's not. It varies from province to province. So if you think that your child may be in a boat where they need extra support, make sure you reach out to the school you're zoned for and ask those questions before enrolling your child. Because as much as we would all love to say that all the support is there that we need, sometimes it's not. And that's just a sad fact. So with regards to when your child gets into kindergarten French immersion, I know a lot of parents have anxiety around, okay, what do I do to help? What do I do to support them? Things like that. So teachers did mention that in preparation for that first year in French immersion, have lots of French music around if you can, or put on some French cartoons, download some French apps. So those are a few things you can do before they even start French immersion. And that's a great way to start it off. And certainly once they get into kindergarten as well, keeping up with those things at home, it just fosters a greater love for the language and shows them that it's not just something that they're going to learn in school. Those are most of the notes that teachers shared with me when I chatted with them about French immersion and if there's a right fit and those kind of things. But certainly all the teachers I did talk with, they all felt the same way when it came to every child should feel comfortable trying it, and we don't want to limit them just because maybe they found a couple things harder in preschool and things like that. Don't let that scare you off from trying French immersion, because it really is a great opportunity. And if worse comes to worse and kindergarten French immersion doesn't work out, you switch them to English. It's really not a big deal. Sometimes parents kind of go, oh, I don't want to change them after kindergarten, but honestly, it's not a big deal. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. They've had a whole year of exposure to an extra language. That's not going to hurt them. So those are my thoughts on whether or not you should put your child in French immersion and how you should make that decision. But if you do want more advice, don't hesitate to go to your school and chat with your principal, chat with the kindergarten French immersion teachers at your school. And of course, as always, if you'd like to chat with me, you can certainly send me off an email or comment below. Thanks for listening, guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the matter. Comment below or send me off a note. We'll chat more soon. Take care.